everyone and welcome back to CFC. I really hope we come in back in a better way because I was so excited for the coming back to the sports match reaction last season after 2 months of football is back, and I was so excited. But again, sadly, we start the season with a loss, something I absolutely expected today. I'm not angry, I'm not surprised. I knew this result was coming, so I'm not that angry. It's just sad that we started the season with a loss and we wanted to start with a victory, we want to start with happiness, but we know this season is going to be tough and we need to understand it and we need to live by it and embrace it because that's the reality. This season, it is going to be tough. So first of all, let's start with the match, and the lineup was one which I was really happy with because I was happy to see Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo play together because I thought defensively that would work better for us. Because when Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo played together, I think we'll be better midfield wise. We'll take on Kovacic, we'll take on the midfield of Manchester City, handle Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Gusto, Cucurella, then we had Fofana and Colville. I wanted Tosin to start off Fofana, but still the lineup was really decent. Sanchez again, I'm not really happy to see Sanchez start because I believe Petrovic is a better keeper. But again, with Chelsea, we keep playing on Sanchez and again, it's just same old. Attackingly, I was again happy with the lineup. I still don't like nkunku at the left side, but again, it's the way it really goes. And first of all, big up to Manchester City fan and congrats, my brother, for the victory, man. You were I won't say City were good today, but they didn't need to be really good. That's the reality. City did not need to be really good. They got the job done. Kovacic scored a good goal. And then Haaland again was aware of his surrounding. And again, a player I respect a lot. Big up to Gaurav bhai. Hopefully, my brother, you're well and good. So good to see you, my bhai. And Kesha bhai, so good to see you after a very, very long time. I really hope you're really well and good. And again, the problem with us remain the same. It's the same old problems and we keep on making the same mistake. Now, again, I'm not angry. I really want to start the season on a high, but there's still some same old problems that we are struggling with. Same problem, the goalkeeping situation, and we have spent around 100 million now, and we still can't find the right goalkeeper. Jorgensen looks like a player that's just come to compete with Robert Sanchez. He is not come to replace Robert Sanchez. Petrovic is about to be sold. Slonina is on loan, and again, the goalkeeping situation, it is not good enough. The goalkeeping situation is someone which I've been seeing for a long time. And see, this is not because Sanchez just made a mistake. I have a lot of sympathy for every player, but Sanchez has this thing in his game. He's not a really good ball-playing goalkeeper. You see with Ederson today, just see the passes Ederson was making today. One pass Ederson made to Doku, and Doku was in a one-on-one situation. That is what a ball-playing goalkeeper is, top-class goalkeeper. Ederson showed you. Yes, Ederson made a mistake today when Jackson scored, but Jackson was sadly offside where he has to be careful. But overall, Ederson is a goalkeeper you call a proper ball-playing goalkeeper. Sanchez is neither a really good ball-playing goalkeeper. He's neither, you can say, a goalkeeper that doesn't have errors. He always has that one bozo moment in him in a game, and again, that costs us. In the end, I'm not saying if he doesn't make the mistake, we equalize. I'm not saying that. But overall, that mistake was a very costly one from Sanchez. And a mistake again, where we could have taken the game longer. We might have got an equalizer. And even if don't, that is the thing Sanchez did last season. He's going to do this season. And he's not a good enough goalkeeper. And that is something I've been saying for a long time. But 28 million on Jorgensen, 25 around on Slonina, 25 on Petrovic, 20 on, you can say, Sanchez. 100 million has been spent on goalkeepers. And we still don't have a proper number one. And Neto, Cole Palmer, and nkunku, and defender bring Disasi and Reese. Now with Disasi, nobody knows what's really happening. With Disasi, the injury, nobody knows what's happening with Disasi. When will he come back? We're still very unclear on his status. And I do believe that the only way to play nkunku in this team is to play him on the RCM. But people, I want to ask you a question. Has the manager got the balls to drop one of Lavia or Enzo? Or will the board allow it? Because for Chelsea right now to play at their best, we need to play Lavia, Enzo and nkunku, and then play Pedro, Neto, Cole Palmer and Jackson. But because we have signed a midfielder for 120 million, he cannot be dropped. The problem right now is that Caicedo hasn't played for us in preseason. Enzo has played 2-3 matches in the preseason. And the best way that Chelsea can utilize nkunku is in the midfield. Nkunku does not work on the left side. He's not a winger. He's not a person that's going to run behind the players. He does not have an overlapping fullback as well to support him. And it's not going to work. Nkunku has a winger. He's just not going to work for me. But even being a City fan, I can't deny that City are lucky to escape away without conceding a penalty after Savinho pushed Enzo Fernandez. I think we should have had a penalty on that Kovacic one because I still don't understand the rules. Kovacic's hand was absolutely in a position where yes, he could not handle it, but still in an unnatural position. But again, I don't understand these rules, but again, I don't want to be bitter. City was still overall a team that got the job done, that played well, and again a team that knew what they were doing. They are a team that's together been playing for 5-6 years. The club is properly ran. They have the players for the right position at the right place, and it eventually works out. This is what we call a top-class team. City today played at their 60%, and they still comfortably beat us. Today, City was still without their top players, their still most important players, and they're still a world-class side. Today, for me, to be really honest, we see the same things in City, a proper side. They know how to get the job done, 3 points, and that is a specialty. But we saw Chelsea side which is progressing right now. There were a lot of positive signs. The build-up was really good. Some of the moves we did really good. Enzo Fernandez, some of his passing today for me was really good. Jackson, after the first 20-25 minutes, he had some really, really good play. The pass he made to Nkunku, where Nkunku was in a good situation, but he could not capitalize. So we had some good moments in the game, but we sadly could not be clinical and cannot capitalize upon it. And maresca also let Chelsea fans down. He had great chance to win at home. I think there was a big game today to win, but I think right now, bro, our fixtures are really good. But again, last season, same happened in the Pochettino. We got a draw against Liverpool. We lost to Forest. We lost to Villa. We lost to West Ham. And all the good work for the Liverpool game was thrown away. Manchester City is still not the match which is going to judge Enzo Maresca and the team. It's Wolves. It's West Ham. It's other teams we're going to play. We need to get some points on the table before we play Liverpool in the game week 7 at Anfield. If we can minimum be in the right position in the table, top 6, top 7, that's going to be very good for us before we're going to play the big game at Anfield. Enzo push should have been given free kick at least. I think it was a free kick. It was not a penalty. It was just outside the penalty area. But I think it should have been a free kick. But again, I think, people with VAR, you have to accept one thing, that VAR now will only favor the referee. And VAR will only intervene in the game when they think the referee has made a 100% error. Right now, they're going to protect the referees. They're not going to criticize the referees. So I think that time where VAR was being used a lot last season is going to be used to minimum this season. Let's be honest. La Liga has introduced a new offside technology. Like you see the FIFA World Cup, the way they use the VAR. English Premier League don't know what they're doing. They're never going to use the VAR offside technology. They're still drawing the pathetic lines. And they're just not going to let VAR do his job. They're going to protect the referees. They're going to use these pathetic rules they have. So I think that is something there's no point debating. We have been hard done by. City will be hard done by later in the season. Arsenal will be hard done by. Every team this season will face some bad calls. And we just have to accept it and move on. But now let's go to the important points. Before that, people who are watching, please do like and subscribe, because each like goes a long way in helping the channel. And do subscribe to the channel as well. It really helps a lot. And the biggest thing, be in the chat and participate. It really, really means a lot. Now people on the defensive side. And I think, yes, Levy Colville still had a good game today. But again, he absolutely lost Haaland. He absolutely lost Haaland on the goal. And everybody knows how highly I rated Levy Colville for a very long time. How highly I rate Wesley Fofana. But let's be honest, Wesley Fofana is absolutely rusty right now. He's been out of football for 1 year. It's going to take time for him to absolutely adjust to the surrounding, play well again, get his match mojo back. So again, with Wesley Fofana, we all need to be very calm and patient. Wesley Fofana could take a lot of time to come back to the player he was at Leicester. And Wesley Fofana was at fault for the second goal. And then you go to Levy Colville. Again, he lost his marker. He was not aware Haaland was behind him. Doku made a good pass. And Haaland eventually went on to score the goal. But again, this is not the first time that Levy has been done behind the forward behind him. He was done in the preseason a lot of times. And again, he has been done. So Levy for me is a player who's really good on the ball. He's a fantastic player. He's got the leadership quality. He's good overall on the ball. His passing is really good. But again, defensively bad. And first, big up to my brother, Manchester City fan and Congress, my brother. Big up to you, my brother. And very, very happy to see you. You always support the channel. And the biggest thing as a human being as well, bro. I'm very happy for you. Wishing you the best and hope you do great in life, my brother. And absolutely, my brother. Big up to Manchester City fan and big congress to my brother. And with defense again the same old. We just make a lot of errors. Like this is something which we cannot continue this season. We are going to play some very good attacking team this season. All the teams have some really good attackers. West Ham, Brighton, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham. You go on and on in this league. And if we defend the way we do, if we keep on making individual errors, we are going to again be our own worst enemy. Again today, I think Haaland goal could have been avoided. We concede. Kovacic goal, like our players are saying, Kovacic, please go and shoot. It's like our players don't rate Kovacic. Let him shoot and eventually scores a goal. How was Kovacic allowed to run free with the ball and do whatever he wants. It needs to be asked. Why was Kovacic let on the ball and absolutely allowed to run till the goal was really awful. Really, really awful defending by the defenders there, the midfield, and again our errors, our defensive errors, something which is again going to be a big problem this season as well, and that is something we really, really need to improve upon. So first of all, that is on defense, and defense is again a problem. Yes, they will go overall good for the most of the game. Yes, defense did well for most of the game, but it's just about that one moment. And if you do a bozo moment, you get the consequences. And in the Premier League, it's always about one mistake and most probably one goal. You need to defend better. They've been doing the same thing in the preseason. Today again, we are making defensive errors. We're not really doing well in the midfield in terms of defensive duels. And again, a goalkeeper sometimes makes an awful error, and sadly that leads to goal. If we keep on making these errors, our goalkeeper cannot save something he's expected to. We aren't finishing top 4, top 5. If we need to do that, our defense needs to perform better, and that's a reality. And goalkeeping situation I've been saying for a long time, it looks like it's never going to be resolved, because this season already we have spent around, I think we have signed another young goalkeeper, then we spent 28 on Jorgensen. Right now Chelsea have literally spent 120 to 130 million on the goalkeepers under the new regime. So if we have spent 120, 130 million and a starter goalkeeper, with all due respect, is Robert Sanchez, that's already not really good. And see, this is not any hatred. I love Robert Sanchez. I love every Chelsea player. And I hope Robert Sanchez absolutely shuts us down and becomes one of the best goalkeepers in the league. But see, even when Robert Sanchez was signed, even if you put 5 or 6 good performances, that would have been a bonus. He was always a goalkeeper who has the ability, who can make some really outstanding saves, but also has a lot of flaws in his game. He made a fantastic save earlier in the game when he just tipped it over the bar from a deflection. But again, he's not your proper ball-playing goalkeeper. He still has 1 or 2 bozo moments in a game where he makes a poor mistake and is punished. And again, Robert Sanchez is a player that still has a lot to work in his game. He's still a goalkeeper that's just, you can say, on an average level and just at that level. And he's not a goalkeeper that should be playing for a team that's trying to get top 4. And again, it's not to do with a mistake. Even if he would have had a fantastic game, I still would have said Chelsea needed a top-class goalkeeper this season. But I think that's not on the agenda of the ownership. So again, I'm not angry. I'm not angry at the ownership, sporting directors. But goalkeeping situation is the one. I wanted Chelsea to sign a top-class goalkeeper. Sadly, I don't think this ever happening now. We have spent 120, 130 million. I think we are not going to spend any more. It's only going to be young goalkeepers from now on. So to be really honest, I don't think it's improving. I just wish that they bring Petrovic as a starter, because one thing Petrovic had is he was a better shot stopper. Or let's see how Jorgensen does, because right now, just not the saving. You see, Ederson today made a lot of mistake, but Ederson's ball playing work was absolutely top notch. But with Robert Sanchez, with all due respect, his ball playing work is not really good. Some of his mistakes are really something which really causes badly in the game. So again, that is something which I think overall we really, really need to improve upon this window, and we just haven't. And again, I've been saying for some time that this match, we still have a lot of positive to really enjoy. I still believe some of the moves we really built today, some of the attacking work we did today was really good. I think after the first 25 minutes, the way we handled the first half, for around 25 minutes to 45 minutes in the first half, we were absolutely dominant. We were absolutely on the case of Manchester City. We should have leveled up by 60th minute. We had good chances, Jackson and nkunku. We had some really good chances to get back in the game. And I think we really, really played well after the first 20 minutes. And there were still a lot of positives. Lavia, some of the link-up play from Jackson, some of the passing in the first half, I will say, from Enzo Fernandez, Neto coming on in the second half and looking really, really slick on the ball, good on the ball. And Cucurella, defensively, he did look really good today as well. So I think still, as a Chelsea fan, there were a lot of positives that we can really enjoy in this game. That some of our attacking moves were good. We still can see on the pitch what the manager is trying to build. We still see the footballer is trying to play. So still there are a lot of positive we can really enjoy from this game. And some positive which eventually will only increase as the games go by. Still, the manager has only been here for just 1 month. The manager still needs more time with the players, more training sessions, more matches. But I think eventually the manager will really improve this team. The manager will get the best out of this team. And with more matches, we'll see better football. We'll see better coordination. And I think the team will eventually get better and better and better. And absolutely, this is something which I've been saying for a long time. But I think the Chelsea board have been sacking manager after manager after manager. The manager has to be given enough time. Sacking one manager after another is not going to do any good for Chelsea. And I think again that has to end. This cycle has to end at some point. And if Enzo Maresca now is sacked this season, then all the scrutiny should be on the sporting directors and they should be sacked. You cannot be sacking 5 managers in 2 years. If that's happening, you are doing an absolutely awful job. And again, Chelsea's biggest problem has been not finding the right fit, not finding the right manager. Chelsea have now given Enzo Maresca a 6-year contract. They have done a lot of research in appointing him. This has to work, or the big question has to be asked of the board. And if you appoint any manager that has a possession style play, a manager that's still learning on the job, a manager that still needs time with his team, with the players, you need to give them time. If you expect a manager to come in straight away, play you great possession football, get results, it is not happening. And I think Chelsea need to stop this culture. I am fully with Enzo Maresca, and Chelsea need to give the manager all the time and the patience. And again today, under Enzo Maresca ball, we saw a lot of positives here. We played some really, really good football. And big up to Barker brother, big up man. Congress on the win. Arsenal really played well yesterday as well. And it's going to be between you and City this season. You two are absolutely superb sides. So big up my brother. And I think the game was good. I think the first half, my brother, was really good. I believe the first half, we really played well, but eventually, bro, it was really awful. Like, first half, we started badly, we ended it really well. Second half, we started slowly, then we had good phase, but in the end, last 10 minutes were bad. It was really, really bad. But eventually, I still believe we have a lot of positive to work upon. Romeo Lavia, Jackson's link-up play again as always. I have to say, I was impressed again by Cucurella. So there are still a lot of positive we can work upon. Pedro neto debut, he looked really, really good on the ball. And I fully agree with that. I think with the new rules, it's not a penalty. But again, it's just like, I think they keep on shifting the goalpost. Yesterday, when we saw Matty Cash one, I think, which was given a penalty and wasn't a penalty. So today, again, I'm surprised today that why Sabinho and Enzo Fernandez was at least not given a foul. But again, it's no point really like putting the topic away. We were not good. City were the team that were good enough to win today, and well done to them. I was still really happy with Romeo Lavia. He is the biggest positive. And Romeo Lavia last season was sadly injured, but this season he's showing why we signed him for 60 million. He's a top-class midfielder. And again, if Romeo Lavia keeps on playing this way, I don't think we can play good football if we play all of Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo. I think some hard call will need to be taken. If Enzo Maresca this season wants to win more games, wants to get the best out of the side, wants to get the best out of Christopher Nkunku, Pedro Neto, we have to make some hard calls. You cannot play all three of Lavia, Enzo, and Caicedo and then expect Nkunku to start, Neto to start, and do well. Either Nkunku has to be sacrificed or one of the midfielder has to be sacrificed. You cannot play all of these plays together. And that is something I would really like to see how Chelsea will take forward, because Nkunku is a fantastic player, but it doesn't work as a left winger. Right now, you could go on to Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo. Attackingly, the midfield is not going to work. Defensively, it's a lot of problem when Enzo, Caicedo are a bit up the field and Lavia is left isolated. I think we have a lot of work to do if you want to find the right position for the players. And still you're going to get a draw. I think it was again, we were not clinical, bro. Like again, the same old issues. Jackson, really poor offside. Like that is something, see, I love Jackson. Nicholas Jackson for me is a really, really top-class striker. And another player this season that can hit 15 goal mark. He's a really good player, good link-up play and a fantastic footballer. But again with Jackson, it's those last moments where he makes some really poor errors. Jackson should have done better for the offside. You should be aware about his surrounding. And along with that, Jackson had another chance where he really carried the ball well. He reached the final point and he did not shoot. He kept on waiting and waiting, and eventually the shot was blocked. So Nico Jackson has the same issue. He's an absolutely fantastic player, but he just does not have the killer instinct. He does not have the instinct to put the ball in the back of the net. And that is something which again today, I think we had the chances. Enzo had a chance, the shot was blocked. Jackson had a chance. And Nkunku was in a situation of one-on-one, but he could not capitalize. And eventually the ball was taken away. We had chances today to get a goal, but sadly we just couldn't. And big up to my brother, right with me. Good to see you back, bro. Lavia is class. I'm seeing Maresca is building something. I think the football we played today was good. I have to say the football we played today was really, really good. But again, it was the same old issues. The clinicality was not there. Poor defensive errors. And again, that was the biggest problem. And again, as always, a goalkeeping error. And we need Osimhen. With those chances, Osimhen will trash them. See, one thing we need to understand of Osimhen is Osimhen cannot do the link-up play like Nicholas Jackson. Like, Osimhen cannot link up the play the way Nico Jackson does. But Osimhen is going to put most of those chances in the back of the net. I still believe that Nicholas Jackson on the left will do a better job than Nkunku. And if you can play Nicholas Jackson along with Osimhen, that could work to perfection. But again, if we play Osimhen and Nicholas Jackson together, what happens to Enzo or Caicedo? What happens to Nkunku? What happens to the style of play? And some players we have to fit in. And that's the problem. Right now, we have too many top-class players that we cannot drop. What one of them needs to be dropped. We cannot play Lavia, Enzo, Caicedo, Nkunku, all of them. They cannot play together, all of them. One of them needs to be sacrificed and has to be on the bench. But who that will be, that depends on the manager. And Fofana is very fast player, I saw, but he's bad on ball. I think with Fofana, bro, is very rusty right now. Like, he's coming back after not playing football for 1 year, bro. Like, that takes a toll on a body. Because Fofana is still a defender that's really, really good. In his Leicester days, he used to be quick, pacey, aggressive on the ball, and used to be very, very good with the ball. But we need to remember, bro, that he's coming back after 1 year of not playing any football bar this preseason. When a player does not play preseason or plays football for 1 year, it takes a lot of toll on him. And I think right now he has no sharpness, he's rusty, and he's going to take a lot of time before he reaches his final potential. And talking about the second goal, if Chelsea continue to give so much space to opponent, not sure against other teams, but I guess you guys will get punished. I think most probably if we do that, we are going to get punished. And again, this season, bro, I've been telling to my Chelsea fans as well, along with some other people as well who are Premier League supporters, that this season, Chelsea will rely more on their attack. We are not going to be like last season under Pochettino where we conceded too many goals, like 65 goals last season. This season will not concede that many goals. But again, our biggest strength is our attack, even if it's not clinical. And our still biggest weakness is defense. In the starting phase this season, when the players are still learning maresca ball, we will make errors. And our attack has to bail us out. But that can only happen when our attack is clinical. Because again and again, I will say that this season, Chelsea will only be safe by their attack, not defense. Our defense will make a lot of errors. They're still learning this style of play. We still don't have a proper structure. The players are still understanding their position. The manager is still trying to fit everyone he can possible. And this is why Chelsea will still make a lot of defensive mistakes. I do believe that our attack needs to save us in most of the games. And this is why we need Jackson in top form. Palmer has just come back after the break, so he will need some time. But we need him to hit his form really quick. We need Nkunku to find his form back. Because attack is still the biggest strength of Chelsea. Neto, Nkunku, Nicholas Jackson. If we can sign Osimhen, we still have Cole Palmer. We have a lot of strength in attack. We have the backups in Noni Madueke, Mudryk. Sterling should not even be played right now. Just sell him right now in the club. The statement that guy made is an absolute embarrassment as a footballer. Get him out right now. And then along with that, we still have players like Enzo who can provide the creativity. We still have top-class players in the team. And this is why I still believe attack is the biggest strength this season. It's just about finding the right combination, being clinical, and that's the only problem. And why new signing keeper is not playing? Why sign him? I don't want to see this Sanchez, kick him out of my club. I think the reality, my brother, is that Jorgensen was signed to be the backup to Sanchez. He's just signed to be the backup of Sanchez. Petrovic is about to be sold. And in reality, bro, being very, very honest, he was only signed to be a backup to Robert Sanchez. And if Robert Sanchez does not play well, eventually he will be replaced by Jorgensen. But reality, my bro, is we don't have a top-class goalkeeper. Jorgensen is a good keeper. I hope he does well. But I don't think he's at the top level. Hopefully he can prove us wrong. And again, that asks the question that we have spent 120 to 130 million under this new regime on goalkeepers. Why we just haven't gone there and found a proper number one and then kept on bringing the youngsters. We have signed Sanchez, Petrovic, Slonina, Jorgensen, but I don't think that any one of them is a top stature player. And I don't see anything in Pedro. I think, he only came as a substitute today. But I think the signs he showed were good. His positioning was good. Some of the dribbling was good. And the biggest thing is that even in the cameo he had, he looked more likely to provide a goal than Nkunku because he's a proper left winger. Unlike Christopher Nkunku, who likes to drift in the midfield, who is not your proper winger that's going to run with the ball, that's going to crash the box, that's going with the pacey. Pedro Neto has the qualities of a proper winger. He's more aware of his surrounding. He's more aware of his position. And this is why we need Pedro Neto to play soon. I again and again believe that if this season we want to get better, we want to beat Wolves in the next game week, it has to be Lavia, Enzo Fernandez, Christopher Nkunku, Cole Palmer, along with Pedro Neto, and then Nicholas Jackson. That is still the best way to get the best of the side. But for that, sadly, right now we have to sacrifice Caicedo. Will they manage to do that? I'm not sure. Because right now, Caicedo hasn't had a full preseason. He's still learning the new manager style. So I believe right now it's better to drop him, play Nkunku, and eventually find a solution to involve him in the side and get the best out of each and every player. Right now, for us, it should not about make the player happy, keep him in the team because it costs us a lot of money. Right now, it should be about starting the season well, getting the 3 points, and being in the right position in the table. So eventually, we can have a positive season. And we need new keeper to challenge an in-game. That's not happening, bro. Like the board has spent 130 million on goalkeepers. Jorgensen, Sanchez, Petrovic, Slonina. And I believe there was another young goalkeeper signed as well who has been sent out on loan. So overall, we aren't spending any money on goalkeeper now. It's just going to be signings to sell in the future and make profits. So the goalkeeper, bro, is never coming to Chelsea. And that's the reality. Goalkeeping situation is something which I don't think, bro, is improving at Chelsea anytime soon. And now Enzo Fernandez, I don't think he has such a poor game that the media is making out to be, that the rival fans are making it out to be, that the Chelsea fans, some Chelsea fans are getting so angry at him. I don't think he was that poor today, Enzo Fernandez. He started the game really well. I think a first good chance was created by Enzo Fernandez. I don't think in any way, anyhow, he was bad today. I really don't think he was bad. I think Enzo Fernandez was still today. He looked good in some patches. He still has some really good passes. He still shows some really good movement. So I don't think Enzo Fernandez was bad today by any stretch of the play. I don't think he was really bad in terms of creativity. But again, defensively, something Enzo Fernandez is not really strong at. And attackingly, he's still a player who works more perfectly when he's played much deeper, like he was in the Graham Potter, where he can get the ball in his feet, make the diagonal passes, and get the players going high up the field, and get the make the transition from midfield to attack. I don't think he's a player who is better playing near to the box, playing near to the strikers. He's not a really good shooter of the ball. He's not naturally a goal scorer, and he's still a player that will do better in a deeper position. That is something I really, really hope he improves upon, because I think, again, this is Enzo Maresca is using the same way that Poch did, and it did not work out. Now, this is a different system. This is a different style of play, but eventually I hope that he plays much deeper, because deeper Enzo Fernandez gets the best out of his passing, his creativity, his play. When he's too high up the field, I don't think it really works out for him. I don't think he performed that badly today, the people are making it out to be, but I don't think he was really good either. And I still believe that his best performances, not to do his performance today, comes from his creativity and comes from the deeper position where he's best at for me. And I was trying to say against us, but wrote against you. Okay, my brother. But I do understand with Manchester City as well. But again, bro, to be really honest, I don't think Manchester City will play as bad as they did today in most of the games. You still have no Kyle Walker. There's still no Nathan Ake. There's still so many players who are coming back from international duty. And to be really honest, Manchester City always start the season slow and eventually they kick into the gear. And once they keep getting the 3 points, they keep getting better, we'll see the real City. And then eventually City Arsenal, big match. And eventually it's going to be City Arsenal fighting for the title this year. I don't see any team competing with these two teams. They are going to be fighting for the title at the pinnacle. And then it's going to be Liverpool finishing comfortably third. And then let's see what we can do. I still believe we can finish in the top 4. But for that, we have to get the setup right. For that, we have to be clinical. And for that, fans will also need to be very, very calm, because this side is still a work in progress. And now Romeo Lavia, and Romeo Lavia is just so good. He is absolutely fantastic. Like, he has been my player so far in the preseason for Chelsea. I said that he's my best player in the preseason, the biggest positive, because he's a fantastic player. We signed from Southampton. He was a fantastic player, but sadly, that injury was not really good. That injury last season, he suffered. He didn't get to play any match last season. And sadly, that eventually derailed the whole season. But this is a guy who is an absolutely fantastic footballer. He's an absolutely fantastic midfielder. And again, I've been saying for a very long time that Lavia could be very big for us this season. He's a perfect player for us in the CDM position. And today, again, Lavia was absolutely solid. His passing, his confidence, his aura, the way he defended in some opportunities as well, the way he was aware of his surroundings. There was an opportunity, I remember, where City were on a counter-attack The ball was going to Haaland. Lavia intercepted it and made a really good pass and got the ball out of the box because he really worked smartly. He understood the ball was going to Haaland. He intercepted, got the ball, and made it look like it was so easy. Lavia is a fantastic midfielder and a fantastic signing and a fantastic player. I knew last season this was a great signing we made, but sadly the injury came. He's such a big positive, and this man could be very important for us if we want to have a big season. And absolutely agreed with my brother right with me that no one can bench Lavia, and that is something I fully agree. Like, Lavia is a player that in no way this season should be benched. I think right now, in the next match against Wolverhampton Wanderers, I believe that Lavia should start, Enzo should start, Caicedo should be benched, and nkunku should play as a right number 8, and then eventually should be Pedro Neto as a left winger. On the right side, it should be Cole Palmer, and the striker should be Nico Jackson. Because I believe right now, Romeo Lavia is the best player. He had the best preseason. He looks the most confident player. He looks really good on the ball. And again, I will say, Romeo Lavia was absolutely solid today and a massive positive. And now going on to Jackson. And again, with Jackson, is the same old stuff again with Jackson. He's a fantastic footballer. Really good with the ball in his feet. His link-up play is fantastic. He brings other players into the game. And he's a really good player to have in the team. The chance he created for nkunku today was absolutely solid. The chance he created for nkunku, where nkunku did better. His link-up play today was really good. And again, I keep on saying, I love Nico Jackson to bits. He's a fantastic footballer. But the only weakness that he's got in his game is he's not clinical in front of goal. He's really not clinical in front of the goal. And that is his biggest weakness. Today, again, he had the chances to score a brace at least today and get at least Chelsea to win today. And his only biggest problem so far is he just cannot hit the ball into the back of the net. That has always been his biggest problem. And way to watch Conference League match. I think it will be live, as much as I know in India, it will be live on Sony Live app, and I think sadly you will have to pay subscription fee for that. I think worldwide, bro, I think you will have to find a stream. I'm not fully sure. I think in India it's going to be live on the Sony Live app. So here you can watch on Sony Live app, but you have to pay the subscription fee. I think worldwide, I think you will have to find a stream. Like you can use Epic Sports, Shootiala. That's where you can find the stream of the matches. But I think overall, Sony Live is the one which will be telecasting it live in India. And outside, I think I really don't know for that. For that, I really don't know right now. You will have to search on the net for that. Even worldwide, which channel, which telecast it will be showing. In India, I know it's going to be on Sony Live. And for streaming services, and big up, bro. Absolutely big up. And again, I just check this if I can for you. Chelsea Conference League stream live, because in India I know it's going to be live on Sony Live, but I think right now I don't know where it will be live. I think it's not really sure, bro. Like right now, my brother, I cannot find it on the net. I'm really sorry. And Sony Live is going to be live on Sony Live, or if you really want to stream, I think 1 minute, computer has just gone absolutely buggers on me. What's really happened here? Just give me a second. And for India, it's going to be live on Sony Live. I don't know what's really happened here. Just give me a second. What's really happened here? Yeah, now in the chat, you can watch it on Shootiala or Epic Sports. These are two streams you can always find the matches on Shootiala or Epic Sports. So I'm 100% sure, if not live on a country, or if you cannot find the Sony Live, you can absolutely go on Shootiala or Epic Sports and find the match. These are two top-class streaming services. Do be careful from the third-party apps, and just be careful, watch it, and just absolutely then get it away. Those are the two websites will be live on Shootiala and Epic Sports. And why Palmer was not on in the ball, he was so lost. I think it's also because, first of all, bro, like Palmer, he's just come back. He's not had a proper preseason. So he's still understanding the manager's style of play. Because under Pochettino, he was given full freedom. Under Pochettino, it was about give Palmer the ball and let him do anything. In this system, it's going to be really different. So right now, he was playing only second game under the new manager. He has only had 1 week of training. So he's going to still be learning under the new manager. He's still going to understand the new style of play. So that is something which can take a lot of time. And I think the reverse fixture, if I'm sure, is going to be in February, I think. I'll just check it out. I think it's going to be in February. Manchester, yeah, it's January. is January 25, so he's going to be in January 25 match with Chelsea, and I do think we'll play better as compared to today. But overall, I think today also we showed a lot of positive sign, and Manchester City were there for the taking, but sadly, we are still a work in progress, and sadly, we just put in clinical. With Nico Jackson, I love him, but with Nico Jackson, the problem is his link-up plays top class. He's a fantastic footballer, but he's just not clinical. And on Nkunku, I've said it for a long time, Nkunku just doesn't work out as a left winger. See, he's a player that's better as a shadow striker. He's the type of a player who does better when he's playing near to a striker or as a number 10. Nkunku is a fantastic footballer, really good with ball in his feet, really good creatively. He's also very, very good player into the box. He's a good clinical finisher, and he's an absolutely fantastic footballer, but he's not your proper winger. He's not a player that's going to run on the wings, get the crosses. He's a player who loves to be inside the box, clinicality, creativity, and he's a player either we play him in the right side of the midfield so we can link up with Palmer, or we need to play him near to a striker, Jackson. He's just not going to work on the left wing. If we want Chelsea to be good on the wings, we need to play Neto, Palmer, and I think the best way right now to get the best out of Nkunku and our attacking structure, because it will be a big shame if Nkunku is sitting on the bench, because still in terms of clinicality, in terms of creativity, after Palmer, he's the best player. But overall, it's going to be a big shame if he's on the bench. I still believe if you want to get the best out of Nkunku, lavia needs to be CDM, Enzo needs to be LCM, and Nkunku needs to be RCM. And then on the left wing is going to be Neto, right wing Palmer, striker Jackson. But again, will the manager be allowed to do that? And has he got the balls to do that? That is something which is going to be very interesting to see. I didn't like the face of Sanchez. I don't like that. Now that is something I'm not going to read. Like, that is something I'm not going to read, bro. I think that's not a good comment, bro. Really sorry. Like, I think, bro, I love you, but that's not a good comment. But overall, Sanchez made a big error today. I still love Sanchez, but as a goalkeeper, I think he should not be he's not a starter quality for a team like Chelsea. And now coming on to the next one, Pedro showed good signs. And see, I'm not absolutely coming in and say, Neto was fantastic, Neto is top class, today he showed why he's a fantastic signing. No, he's a very good player. He showed in terms of his feet work today why Chelsea signed him and why he's still a proper left winger. Because today, on the why Neto is not dribbling like his old days, bro, like he was only on the pitch for 20 minutes, bro. Like he only came on the pitch for 20 minutes and he did not even have that much time on the ball, because when Neto came on, City had more possession. Eventually, Kovacic scored, and all the team head went down. And after that, Chelsea players knew we lost, fans knew we lost. We just played to the whistle and went away. So this is why he was not able to do much on the ball. But Pedro Neto, when he had the ball, he looked good. He made some really good runs in the box, where he was just inches away from tapping in before Rico Lewis smartly cleared it. And again today, in terms of Nkunku, in 20-minute cameo as a left winger, he looked much better than Nkunku. And Nkunku played 60 minutes, he only played 20 minutes. And even with minimal touches, he looked better, because naturally he's still a winger. Positionally, he still knows what to do in that position. And in terms of attributes, he works perfectly on the left wing spot or the right wing spot. The reality with Nkunku is that Nkunku works better as a number 10 or works better as a shadow striker. And Chelsea need to find the right position for Christopher Nkunku to shine at Chelsea. That brings me, and do you think Pedro will have an impact this season? He's gonna have a big impact, bro. Like, I think in terms of Sterling, see, Sterling is a player who thinks he's Neymar, his attitude is like his Neymar, but reality is he's not even good as Charlie Adams, because the way he has played at Chelsea and the statement he put out today is an absolute embarrassment. The statement his PR team put out today, or his agents or whatever, he needs to be embarrassed. What he put out today. The club needs to be strict, take action, and what Sterling did today is something unforgivable. He's made the club absolutely joke. He did that just before the start of the game. Your players, your colleagues are playing a match, and you're just sad that you're not in the match day squad. You're not supporting your own colleagues. Your biggest concern is, oh, I've not been included in the squad because I'm absolutely shite. Really poor from Sterling today. What happened today, he should not be wearing the Chelsea shirt again, because what Raheem Sterling did today was an embarrassment. So even in that terms, Pedro Neto will be way better than him. But along with that, in terms of attribute, Neto is a better player, better dribbler, he's a better creative player, and the biggest thing, he has more motivation to succeed at Chelsea than Sterling. Sterling came here for good wages, did his work, and now he doesn't care. And let's be honest, that's the reality with Sterling. So already Neto for me will do better job than him, and I do believe in terms of player output, he can work better for us in the system. No difference, bro. No difference. The only difference is that Sterling got a career out of Pep Guardiola and he got the best out of him, and that's a reality. Because to be really honest, in terms of attitude, he's no different. He's a very, very pathetic player to have in the dressing room when it does not go his way. Really sad today. I still always support Sterling. I still say that Sterling is a good player. I love him. I respect him. But today is an absolute atrocity what he did today. For me, bro, like I think see again the goalkeeper is not changing. Defensively, I will love to see Tosin. I will love to see Gusto. I will love to see Tosin. I will love to see Colville. For me, then it has to be Cucurella. But this is something I really want Chelsea to change. It has to be Lavia. It has to be nkunku. It has to be Enzo. And then for me, Neto, Palmer, and Jackson. I think this is still the best Chelsea lineup for us in the next match. And I think this lineup is still best suited for us to get the result out of it. I think this is still going to be the best lineup we can play in the next match. I think we need to take the risk and drop Caicedo. He's still not had a preseason with the manager. We don't really attack well with him right now in this setup. And I think right now it's better to drop him, play Lavia, play Enzo, play Nkunku on the right. And this is still the best lineup for us to go for me in the next match. And along with that, again, I've been saying for a long time, with a new manager in player, he still needs to understand his players. He's trying to implement a very tough style of football, which will take time, positional play, possession style football. We will need to give him time and patience. It's not going to happen immediately. There's no benefit of being impatient, angry. It's going to take some time. We need to allow that time to happen. We need to give him the time, give him the benefit of doubt. This will need a lot of time to happen. Will Maresca put a strong lineup on the coming game of rotation? I think in the Conference League, bro, I think he will rotate. In the Conference League, I think he'll rotate and then he'll play a strong lineup against Wolves. So in the Conference League, we won't be playing full strength. We won't be playing full strength. Noni Madueke will come in for Palmer. I think most probably Yugochukwu has gone to Southampton. I'm sorry. Lavia, I think, won't start. It could be Caicedo starting. And then it could be, I think, Enzo could be dropped. It could be Deesbury Hall. And along with them, Mudryk will come into play as well. I don't think the manager will play full strength lineup in the Conference League. He will play the full strength lineup against Wolves. And if somehow we don't wrap the tie-up in the first match, then he might need to play full strength. I think he's still going to use this match as the preseason, get the players to know his style. So there will be rotation. And I think that's the way the manager will go for this game. And hopefully we end it in the first leg. And Chelsea player rating, please, people who are watching, do like, do subscribe. Each support goes a really, really long way in helping the channel. Please do that. It really, really, people, means a lot to me as well. And Hall is just playing sideways football. I think Luis Hall is still a player, bro. I really wanted to keep, bro. Like, I think in this setup, he would have worked perfectly for us, bro. Like, he would have worked perfectly, but again, he wanted to go. He was a pure profit on the book, and Chelsea sold him eventually. And that's the way we really go right now. He also wanted to go. So, again, can't really complain. And the goalkeeper, Sanchez, to be really honest, can't give him much. Yes, he made some saves, but again, very poor error. Very, very poor error. And then we go on to Malo Gusto. I think I love Malo Gusto, but today his crosses were wavered. For me, he was just not good today. He was really, really poor today. And I think this is not his best game. He's a top-class player. But today, I think he was not really good today, Malo Gusto. And Wesley Fofana, I think again today he looked rusty. He did well, but again, eventually for the second goal, he made an error. His pass straight away went to Kovacic. So again, that is something which is not really good. And overall, he's still rusty. And he still need a lot of time before he reaches back to his best. And Livy Colville, I think again made an error for the first goal. Should have been aware of Haaland behind him. But again, was good on the ball. Still look confident in a game with Livy Colville. I have all the patience. He just needs to be aware of his surrounding. Needs to deal with the striker better. But overall, with more time in this setup, I think Colville will eventually get much and much better. And Marco Cucurella, for me, Marco Cucurella was a 6 today. I think he was really good. Yes, he might have done better with Haaland before he scored. But overall, I think he could not do much. And for me, he still had a good game today defensively. So with Cucurella, I have to give him a 6. He still, for me, had a fine game. And Moses Caicedo, I think, to be really honest, not that good, not that bad. Could not do much in the game. And Romeo Lavia, absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. This man is the biggest positive right now at Chelsea. He's absolutely top-class player, top-class midfielder, really good on the ball, and a top player to have in the team right now. He was absolutely fantastic today, and my Chelsea man of the match. Enzo Fernandez, I think, started the match better, but did not end it really well. I'll give him a 6, but I think it was not really good today. And Nkunku really not involved today. Like when he had the ball in the attacking area, did not look good. No clinicality, no final output, and I just believe as a left finger, it doesn't really suit him. So I think there was not one of the good games for Christopher Nkunku. Palmer was, I think, anonymous today. Started the game well, made some good passes, but eventually, as the game went on, he did not really play well today. With Palmer, we have to have the context. He's just coming back. He did not have a proper preseason as well. He's understanding the new setup. So that is something which is going to take some time for players to understand. And the new players just come right now. Palmer did not have a preseason. He will need to be given time. And I think he's a fantastic player. He still showed glimpses of his brilliance. But again, today he looked a little rusty, lack of match sharpness. And along with that, understanding the new system. And lovable like new signing he's going to be. He's a top class player who is an absolutely fantastic for us in the preseason and was really good today as well. And Jackson, such a good link up player, man. Such a good link up, man. Such a good link up today with him. But again, clinicality is not there. Again, with Nicholas Jackson is the same old problem. Really good until the final part. That's the reality with Jackson. And Pedro Neto came on. When he had the ball, he looked good today and still shows some positive signs. You go on to Guhi, was not much involved, did not have much time on the pitch as well. Dewsbury Hall came on, looked sloppy, did not have much time again. Viega got a really less time on the pitch, so can't really comment much on that. And again, people, please, who are watching, do like, do subscribe, and let me know your opinion on the game because, people, it really, really means a lot to me if you let me know your opinion because that's something we'll understand our perspective together. And that's going to be important. But on the match, my final say, again, people, I'm going to say, is the same old problems are absolutely bugging Chelsea. There was still a lot of positive for us to enjoy in this game. I think Jackson link-up play was good. I was really happy with the way Lavia played. Absolutely top class. Cucurella looked good. Some of the attacking play we had looked really, really good. Start of the game, Palmer did well. And the team eventually, after the first 25 minutes, we dominated Manchester City for 20-30 minutes. So overall, I will say the team really, really still showed good signs. The progress was there. The good football was there. So there were still a lot of positives. But again, the goalkeeping situation, we've not sorted it for a very long time. We still have a goalkeeper that might not start for top 12 to 13 teams in the league. I love Sanchez, respect every Chelsea player, but it's just not to do with the mistake today. He's not good as a ball-playing goalkeeper. He has a lot of errors. And again, the same old problems. Along with that, again, defensively, again, we made some poor mistakes. Attackingly, we were again not clinical. So the same old Chelsea. But overall, I will say with this setup, we still need to give it a lot of time and patience. The results will take time. The style will take time. We need to be patient and give it time. And my voice is gone because it's literally 1 o'clock in my place. I've lost it. So hopefully you understand. Please do like, subscribe. I think Jackson does finish. I think that is something it will take time for him in his game to improve. He's still a player that's really going to link up. There are some things that every footballer sometimes can't improve. Every footballer sometimes has one weakness. And hopefully, Jackson link-up play is fantastic. But the other players in the team learn to finish. And that's where we can absolutely cover it up. Because this season, somehow, some way, he will still get again 15 goals. But he's not a player that's going to give you 20 to 23 goals. And that's where people like Nkunku, they can't be more clinical. And absolutely, he's really good as a shadow striker. But again, for that, we need to send Osimhen. And I just don't see Chelsea do it right now. It could happen, but it could only happen on a deadline day. And with that, I end the video. Thank you so much, Gaurabai, to be in the chat, bro. It really means a lot. Big up to Manchester City fan. Kesha Bhai, ride with me. Big up my brother. And big up to Bhagabai as well and everyone who was in the chat. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Wishing you all the best. Big up my brothers. Thank you.